Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Alicia, aka I am a natural girl. And for the ones who's been rocking with me for a while, welcome back. So today's video is going to be slightly different. This pretty much I'm doing a silk press on my mother. So this will be her first time featured here on my channel. This silk press is like all the other silk presses that I have done. So that's why I kind of changed it up a little bit. Talking about my experience with my mother, almost losing my mother. So kind of like a sensitive topic, but I don't really look at it that way. I look at it more as me being grateful. And I know she doesn't mind me sharing her testimonies. So this woman here is full with testimonies. So yeah, so before I start telling the story, I just want to let you know that I did previously cut my mother hair. I want to say I cut my mom's hair in last year, maybe in like a short crop type of hairstyle, but I cut her hair in a curly state. So I noticed that her fro was growing out. So I said, I think I need to trim her hair. And of course, because I hadn't trimmed her hair since last year, I wouldn't say it's the end of very end of last year, maybe. But anyhow, her hair has grown out, and yeah. So what I'm gonna do with her hair is, because she did have a lot of split ends, I kind of cut it in like a bob shape, but not quite a bob, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just try to give her some type of shape, so when she wear her hair back in the curly state, her hair will have some type of shape. So what you'll see me doing is, again, things I've done, same steps I've done in previous videos. I'm just round brushing the hair, then I will go on and straighten the hair, then I will go on with the trim after that. Also, guys, I failed to mention that her hair is thin because of her illness and also her getting older. So my mom used to have thick hair, but yeah, it's just a side effect. So I'm gonna make this story brief, because this story could be very long, but again, it's more of a testimony. Back in 2008, my mom moved back to Alabama. That's where she was from, and she decided to come up here to visit us, which is 4 of us, for Mother's Day. And we had a great time. And then on her way back, she went back home. And then I want to say a day or so later, she started complaining about her not feeling well. And man, I'm probably spoke to my mom every day, like every day. And I was like, well, just rest. You just came from the trip, then you went right back to work, blah, blah, blah. And see, the brief story about my mom, we always thought my mom was a super mom, great mom. She's a go-getter, very independent. That's just her personality. She's not going to wait on anybody. She'll get things done. So, and she's not going to complain about getting it done. She's going to get things done. So, to point that out, to say that she went to the hospital because she said her shoulder was aching so bad to the point she couldn't move it. They couldn't find out what's wrong with her, so they gave her inflammation medicine to hopefully make sure, hopefully that would help her with the soreness and her not moving it. That didn't work, so a few days later she went back, and because she couldn't walk. And I think a cousin or a friend, I can't quite remember, had took her to the hospital because she couldn't even walk. And again, they was like, they couldn't find what was wrong with her. So at this point, me talking to her, I was like, Mom, something got to be wrong. I knew something was wrong because this is not like her. So anyway, it started progressing to the point she had called me. So wait, I'm gonna go over on Mama house, which is her mother, which is my grandmother, because I just want to make sure somebody look over me. I ain't been able to get no rest because I've been in pain, whatever. So she went on my grandmother's house, and my poor grandmother, I knew my mom was running her crazy because she couldn't sleep because my mom was always calling for her. And she's like, I don't know what's wrong with her. They really need to find out what was wrong with her. So what happens is, and this is really important because this right here is a testimony which really saves my mom's life, is that my uncle came in town, my cousins and his wife, and he already knew my mom was sick, so he definitely wanted to stop by to check. He lived in a different part of Alabama, so he was a few hours away. But anyway, he came to check on my mom and my grandparents, and so him checking, he wanted to check on my mom. And my grandmother said, please don't bother her. She done finally went to sleep. And he was like, no, I'm checking on my sister. So the story was told to me that when he went in the room to check on her, he was barely by her, and he felt heat from her body. And he went to my grandmother's like, something ain't right. She's really hot. She shouldn't be this hot. So at that time, my uncle was a tall, big guy. So I think he carried her to the front room. And by that time, my auntie was giving her water, and she was drinking big jugs of water. They like she was gulping it down like a fish. And I was speaking to my auntie, and she's like, yeah, something not right with your mom. She said she had blisters all over her face. I don't know if the medicine, she allergic to the medicine. But I think at one time she was allergic to one of the medicines too, and she had to go back to the doctor for them to prescribe her to something else. And so we was wondering maybe the medicine, she was allergic to the medicine. And then it's like, you know, she's not really herself. She's in and out, whatever. So I was like, no, you know, auntie, just take her to the hospital. So they took her to the hospital. And I remember my uncle saying that they were saying we were waiting for a room to get available. And it was this guy, he had a broken arm. And really, he was just waiting for his release papers from the doctor. And so he could leave. But by that time, my mom had passed out and had a grand mal seizure. And found that her blood pressure was 165 over 100. And if you know, anybody know in the medical field, that's high, that's like death. And so by that time, my uncle, he's a very mild, calm guy. And he was like, no, you're going to get him out and you're going to y'all can figure out what's wrong with my sister. So after so many tests and whatnot, they couldn't find out what's wrong with her. My grandmother calls us and was like, they saying that your mom's not going to make it. I think y'all need to get down here as soon as possible. At that time, we was like, crying so big, it was horrible. And so it's 4 of us, so we decided myself and my younger sister would go down there and see, you know, what was going on. So we went down there, got down there again. They couldn't find out what's wrong with her. And so when I went to see my mom, it was horrible. I couldn't even recognize her. Her face was swollen. It looked like somebody beat her. It's like, it was so bad. She had blisters and bumps. It was crazy. Her ass was cocked really bad, and her mouth was twisted really bad. So, you know, we was thinking that she had a stroke. We did not know what was going on. So then they were talking about the surgery. They was talking about having on her and stuff like that. But by the grace of God, she didn't need any surgery. And found out what the issue was. It was that she had viral meningitis. And so we had this family come in. Their daughter had bacterial meningitis. But anyway, I think they come in and visit the sick, and they was she was just reassuring her that she's gonna be okay and this and that, and that, you know, she'd be back to her old self. And you know what was so sad, she left, the parents was like, you know, they really don't ever be themselves again because it attacks the brain. But we grateful and we blessed that God has, you know, granted my daughter to get another chance. So, you know, and we was like, we would be hoping for that, you know, at this time, because my mom was young. She was in her 40s, I want to say, late 40s, something like that. So yeah, it was devastating. And so they pretty much told us that it's gonna take her a very long time to walk and talk again. So she's gonna need a lot of help. And we was like, it's whatever, you know. We really never left the hospital. It was so crazy. We'd go home, take a shower, come back, and my daughter, she was 5 at the time. She would not leave her granny's side. She was right there, hands on, helping us, whatever, when it came to her granny. So. But what's so crazy, in the hospital, they just called my mom a miracle, but they said that she should have never survived that. But you know, God has to let us say so. And they was so touched by her story. I remember us singing church hymns and the nurses coming in, singing with us. It was so amazing. And again, my mom really didn't know who we were, but she remembered them church songs and she was singing loud and stuff. It was so crazy. But then after that, they said it was gonna take days for her walking. And I promise you, y'all, God is good. She started walking like 2 days after, 3 days after everything. So pretty much 3 days before she was released to come to come home. So, oops, I'm dropping stuff. So that was that. So she did get home. They said, of course, we looked over her, and after that would start happening, the aftermath of it all. She have a little spells, like she kind of go in and out. And then she'd kind of be like tired, so for like days or whatnot. And so she was still driving and whatnot. And but she just go through this. We never knew what it was. And so I came back home because my daughter had started kindergarten. She was 5 at the time. And came home and stuff like that. And then this started being persistent. It just kept happening. And so I told my sister, I think it's best for you all to come up here because it's 4 of us and we all should share responsibility and care. So the aftermath of it all is when she came up here, she started always having spells. She'd be tired and whatever. So one night she had a grand mal seizure. She hit in the car and she hit on my baby. So my baby was like, she was sleeping. She was so scared. So I had to kind of pull my daughter from under my mom to move her to make sure my mom was okay. And ended up finding out she was having seizures. And those spells well, we call them spills, but they are seizures. So guys, I want to say throughout these 11 years, you know, we went through seizures to the point, you know, even her going to the store, she passing out, like constantly in the hospital, in and out the hospital throughout these years. And so the first set of doctors, they really wasn't as helpful about the solution to this or whatever. So I mean, they sent her to this neurologist, and he was the one who was like confirmed that they were seizures. And then he started to give her medicine. That medicine there was what made her pass out. At first, when she had a spell, she wouldn't pass out, but she'll just you know, kind of blank out. It's almost like she catches herself or knows something's about to happen, so she sit down. But it's not until she took that medicine she started passing out, and that's when we started going through the fact of her passing out, hitting her head outside, you know, because the thing is, we didn't want to, like, we try to be protective for her, but at the same time, it's frustrating because she had to go through bouts of depression and anxiety because she's not herself, and she's not the same woman, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's like her trying to get her life back together in her head. And so we want her to kind of be independent, but in some cases of us allowing that to be, you know, she might come back in the house and she just go for a walk. I remember one time she went back and came back in, and blood was all down her shirt and everything. We're like, what happened, you know? And so it's like a lot of that constantly went on and stuff. So, you know, we found some new doctors and found the surgeon. He's like one of the best in the nation. Matter of fact, they did a movie that was kind of inspired by him. And she was like, she just want to have try to get back to much of a normal life as possible. So they was going through a team of surgeons, going through, you know, different solutions that she possibly could, you know, have or consider so she can have somewhat of a normal life. And they were saying that, suggesting that the surgery, she had brain surgery. And so that right there was like, wait, you're talking about brain surgery. Like, you really got risky because when her surgery was done, it was really risky. So my siblings and I, we were talking about it, and she was just like, you know, you all don't understand, for your independency and your whole life just get ripped from you like that, meaning, you know, a normal life, and you have to depend on someone, you really can't go anywhere. She said, you all don't know how to feel. And again, we wasn't pressuring her or coming down on her, but it was just like, Mom, you know, it's a risky surgery. Do you really want to do it? And she was like, you know, God brought me this far, and I've been through so much. You know, I was sick as a kid, and I ain't supposed to make it. I really don't believe. She said, I don't believe that me having this surgery and something happening to me. She said, I don't believe that at all. She said, I have strong faith that I will be okay. And my mom have always been a great example about having faith. I mean, that's where I get it from. But again, we thought she was Superman. So when she said it like that, we let it go. We was like, we're going to pray about it. And we was like, we don't understand, but if this is what you want, we fully support you. So 2016 is when she decided to have a surgery. And yeah, you know, she even made her surgeons calm, because she was so positive. Even the whole time I was prepping and waiting for her to be in prep, she was so positive. She was smiling, she was laughing. Like, we was going out to eat or just having a fun time. She was so positive. And that really eased all the anxiety. My grandmother had flew in too. But she really, for her, you know, she really helped ease our anxiety. Even to the point when they you know, was willing her into the surgery room, prepping her. She's like, all right, y'all, I'll be back soon, Lord's will. It was like crazy, but it was like, you know, so we, the whole time waiting, we are a family that, you know, in spite of what's going on, we try to find laughter in it. And a lot of people don't understand us, but this is how we always been. That's how we work. And so me and my siblings, we was out there just, you know, cracking jokes, trying to ease the pain. And then what happens is when they have surgery, you know, the doctors will kind of call to the front desk, just kind of letting you know how the surgery was going on, how the surgery was going on, right? And so it did get a little nerve-wracking because when they'll call, and then one time they called twice back to back. So we were really getting nervous, like, please stop doing that. But other than that, that was that, and then there was some hours there, and then the dentist, Lord have mercy, y'all from the dental field, forgive me. The surgeon came out and he was like, everything went really well, and he said he'll be able to see her in a few. And so he just again reassured us that, you know, her speech is going to be off. She's not going to be able to walk because of the side of the brain that they was working on. And actually, you'll probably be able to see it on when I get on that one side, the one right here. But anyhow, he was like, so it's gonna take. She gonna have a long road to recovery, baby. But he's like, you know, I feel like she's gonna you know, recover really well. She was in great spirits and everything. And we was like, again, we was gonna take it, you know, like if she came out good, we was all up for the challenge. It wasn't a big thing to us. And so again, when we seen her, she didn't look the same. They shaved off her side of her hair, but they did the surgery. Her face was swollen and she barely can talk. Well, I don't think she was talking at all anyway. Yeah, I don't think she was talking at all. And so, we was, you know, we were just happy that she, you know, the surgery was successful. Again, another miracle. So they was going to have a physical therapist come out every day to help. By the time my mom left the hospital, she was already talking. Speech was slurred, but you can understand. And then she starts walking. You know, she needed a little help, but she was walking. And again, they said she was a miracle. Never seen someone recover this fast. So the aftermath of it all, especially from the medicine, that she goes through bouts of anger, sometimes depression, and impatient. She impatient. So we ask people just be patient with her. You know, she's not the same. But one thing that hasn't changed is her faith in God. She always giving a positive word out. Sometimes it can be a little strong when we try to mind her. You tell her to be mindful of that. But you know, again, she just, you know, she's doing great. She used to have like 4 or 5 seizures sometimes every day for a week, and now every once in a while she may have a seizure. So we were really blessed. For anyone who's out there taking care of loved ones, just stay strong. It's great to have a support system, and again, just stay positive. Sometimes it's hard, it's been challenging for us, but for the most part, we have each other, and we have God. Our faith been really strong in God. So, alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, give me a big thumbs up, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.